Now Phil Fife trying to keep the puck in as the Bearcats are on the line change. Centering pass for Bazinet. Back to McNaughton, the shot in, and Wilkinson with his first test. A booming shot by McNaughton. They close in too much. They'll stay on the outside. The Commandos can keep doing this. They'll have some success. Pass ahead right in front, tipped on goal. Wilkinson with the save. Tyler Morrison with a beautiful tip off a quick pass. No one was around him.
There's
off the post. Right off that draw, Benji Curtis just fired a backhand shot. It beat Chris Vestorini. I don't think he was expecting the shot off the post and right behind him.
If they're going to get anything, it's going to be off that rush.
Morrison picks off a bad pass from the Commandos on the backhand. Right in front, save is made. Rebound, another big save by Connor Wilkinson. Somehow getting that left pad down.
Commandos on the backhand. Right in front, save is made. Rebound.
Bearcats in transition here, trying to chip the puck ahead. Robillard gets knocked down. An easy interference call. Neutral zone, just 15 seconds left in the man advantage. Glode throws it back to the blue line. Dumped down low for Lanceleve. Now Fife behind the net. Back to Lanceleve. Vestorini tapping his stick here. Chance for one last shot on the man advantage. Glode in the middle of the ice. Fife scores! Phil Fife left all alone at the near side of the net. Connor Wilkinson with absolutely no chance. 6:57 left in the opening period. The Bearcats lead this game 1-0. Vestorini and Dallaire goes over at the puck, and actually checking the stats between the period, Dallaire had 4 goals against the Bearcats. Coming in alone is Thibault. In on goal, takes a shot. Squeezing the pads was Wilkinson. 11 minutes left here in the second period. A 1-0 hockey game as Daniel Perigo comes in on the attack. Perigo towards front of the net. Shot save is made by Wilkinson. Rebound still there just wide of the goal. I think it was a pass to the side of the net by Robillard. No one was there for Truro. Still dangerous. Now Haynes right in front of the net. Perigo had his stick tied up by Clark. A shot comes in, and we have a penalty coming up here to the Commandos. Robillard takes a shot. Another save by Wilkinson, who's made about 4 saves in that 10-second period maybe. Left as Lanceleve slapped the puck around a little bit. Bit of a drop pass back to McNaughton at the
a step or two at a sink all game long.
Big hit along the boards. Bit of a backhand shot off a face-off in the first. Now a shot comes in by Perigo. Save made by Wilkinson. Trying to go short side on the Dieppe goaltender. Perigo battling for the puck. He gets knocked down, and an easy penalty here. It's going to be Gallant heading to the penalty box as the shot comes in wide. Vestorini at the bench, 6-on-5 here as we wait the Commandos to touch the puck. McNaughton at the blue line, over to Brandon Pye with a bit of room. Now passes over, hopped over the stick of Perigo. Haynes lets it pass by. Now Mitch Robillard into the front of the net. Brandon Pye is there now. Perigo comes up, takes a shot. That was blocked. Now the chance scores! The Dieppe Commandos for about 30 seconds could not touch the puck that would have sent Gallant to the penalty box. Instead, they blocked a shot by Perigo. He jumped on the rebound, beats Connor Wilkinson. It's just like that, 2-0 Bearcats. Just got knocked down. It was Blanchard. Gallant trying to spring a free, and then back the other way quickly is Tyler Morrison on a breakaway. Tyler Morrison in, takes a shot. Save made by Wilkinson. Hitting the Bearcats a little bit there. Time to rest up the penalty killers, much as Dieppe had the chance to do so early in the first period. Puck stays along the half wall. Fife gets tripped up. No call on the play.
Wow.
Dieppe may have got away with one there, but time is ticking away. Poliziani, who is one of the best penalty killers for the Bearcats, is in the box. At this point, every power play you don't score on is a wasted opportunity for the Commandos, but especially with Poliziani off the ice. Now Poirier had to wait before he could shoot. That was blocked in front. Scores! Blanchard had some room. We're trying to see, I think it's Mosier who is down on the ice. Actually, it's Cal Glode just getting back to his feet. He got knocked down, may have blocked that initial shot. Blanchard left all alone because of that play in front. And the Commandos have cut the lead to 2-1. Just a minute 14 left. Wilkinson now heading for the bench. Comtois is in. The puck was knocked off his stick. Wilkinson had just reached the bench, and Bernier had got on the ice. Nice play by Comtois on the back check. And Langan ran into Brandon Pye. Stop what would have been an easy empty net goal. Last minute of play here in the period. Clark in over the blue line. Bounces the puck off the boards. Grabbed by Newcomb. Centering pass right in front of the net. Puck is still loose. Bodies going down everywhere trying to get the puck free. Dieppe are the ones who come away with it. Parsons turns away from the hit, throws it to Langan. That centering pass goes off the side of the goal. Back at the blue line. Now pass over to Newcomb. takes a shot in front looking for a tip. Festarini makes a save. Still down just wide of the goal. Puck is still loose. Festarini coming across, able to cover up. The whistle goes. Some anxious moments for the Dieppe Commandos. I don't know how they didn't tie that game. You can hear the crowd noise swelling up a little bit, thinking the puck was going in. I'm trying to see who it was, whether it was McNaughton who dove behind Festarini to keep that puck out. You can see it clearly in the blue paint right now with 29.9 seconds left. The Bearcats may have dodged a huge bullet right there, but Chris Festarini holding his ground.
They are probably the best man-on-man defensive team when they're in their own zone, better than anybody else in the league. And trust your goaltender. And it's all going to come down to this key face-off right here, Pie versus Comtois.
Won by the Bearcats, and they were able to get the puck to the blue line. Clark just keeps the puck in, throwing towards the center of the ice as the Go Cats Go chance starts here. Just 20 seconds left in the game. The net is empty for Dieppe. Meredith spins around, trying to hit a pass to Parsons. Went wide. First one there is going to be Poliziani, who takes his time, throws it high off the glass. It was gloved down at the blue line by Bernier. You can see Jacob Fancy saying that the puck was offside. It sent down the ice. And that will do it. The Truro Bearcats draw first blood in the Kent Cup final. The final score of tonight's game, the Bearcats 2, the Commandos 1. 2 goals scored in the period at 3:35. Daniel Perigo with his 6th of the postseason. And then at 15:31 on the power play, Joel Blanchard made it a 2-1 game. A lot more action in this period than we saw in the first 2, and the Dieppe Commandos certainly looked like a different team in the last 10 minutes or so of this period, Will.
Well, definitely. They were forced into that situation by the Bearcats by virtue of being down 2-0. But I like how they responded, as much as they didn't try to do too much. And in fact, as that period went along, I'd say the bulk of my criticism, anyway, on the part directed towards the Commandos was definitely towards that line of Drover, Blanchard, and Parsons for the most part this evening. They actually tightened up quite well, I thought. They started to look a little more fluid. There was a bit better communication overall on the part of the Commandos. Not just that line, but, to a man. They looked a lot more organized in all 3 zones. But I think, if anything, the Bearcats and the Commandos, the one message that both teams have sort of sent here tonight is that this is probably going to be a long series.
Well, I don't think anyone looked at this series and said that it was going to be over in 4 or 5 games, though a lot of people didn't think that the Bearcats are going to be able to dispatch the Weeks Crushers in 4 straight either. But, no, I don't see any way this series isn't going to go, at least 6 games. And really, so far, Game 1 is in the books. The Bearcats have held serve, and now the series shifts to Dieppe, which is going to be a much different story. Because, as we've talked about through the broadcast, Will, the bigger ice, the more lively boards, and again, it comes down to that familiarity. The teams only played each other twice in their own rink, and for the Bearcats, they haven't been to Dieppe this year, in the 2014 calendar year.
Yes. No, exactly. And they haven't been there since December the 19th. However, the Truro Bearcats, much like the Miramichi Timberwolves, in the Meek Division Finals, they are a team that does employ a lot of solid team speed and a very quick transition. And when you get those 2 things going on a larger ice surface like this, it can be very hard to contain that team. Of course, the Commandos are used to defending on that same ice surface as well, but Truro, for my money, is just able to execute just a half a step quicker, probably, than the Timberwolves were able to do, much quicker than the Slammers were able to do as well in the Meek Division semifinals. So that's another adjustment that the Commandos are going to have to look out for. You're going to want to be aware of all 5 guys that are out there in a Bearcats jersey, because any one of the 5, and this includes both defensemen, are more than capable, man 1 through man 18, of jumping up in the play, getting the numbers going back the other way, maybe when you don't expect it as much, and wreaking havoc in in Commandos territory. So it'll be very interesting to see how both these teams react to the different situation that's going to be facing in Game 2. Another thing that the Commandos are not really used to facing, other than the last couple games of the Miramichi series, playing in front of a bigger crowd. They had about 950 fans at the AJL for Game 6 against Miramichi. They responded very well with the 4-1 victory. Now the crowd is probably going to be mostly pro-Commando. There'll probably be a few Truro fans making the trip up, but there was 300 fans coming down from Miramichi. It almost felt like some hybrid between a road game and a home game from a crowd standpoint for the Commandos. How did they react having that much more fan support in the building for Game 2? There's a lot of intangibles. It'll be very interesting to see how this plays out. But bottom line, this is going to be one hell of a series.
Absolutely. And you mentioned the crowd with the Bearcats and the regional rivalry with the Amherst Ramblers and the Pictou County Weeks Crushers. Every fan likes to travel, whether it's over the pass or over Mount Tom, so the Bearcats used to being in a hostile territory even in their own building. The shot totals in that third period were 10 for the 10 for the Bearcats and 9 for the Commandos. Final shot totals were 31 for the Commandos and 25 for the Bearcats. We had a bit of a scoring change on the second goal for the Bearcats that was scored in this third period by Daniel Perigo. An assist was added to Mitch Robillard, so he gets a point in his first game back on the ice tonight. For James Faulkner, who I am, and Will MacLaren, thanks so much. I don't even know anymore. Will, look, thanks very much for making the trip down. It was great to have you and introduce you to the Rath East Link Community Center. And at some point, I may be able to make the trip up, not for Game 2, but maybe for Game 4 of this series. We'll see where it stands at that time.
Hopefully. I know I won't be down here for Game 3, unfortunately. Game 5's a little up in the air. If it goes 7, we're going to make every effort, though,
there
for
we
sure.
go.
I think that's very fitting, but a beautiful building, excellent people down here, and thank you very much, James, for extending the invitation. It's a pleasure.
Absolutely, and I'll try this a second time. For Will MacLaren standing beside me, I'm James Faulkner. The Bearcats draw first blood in the Kent Cup final. The final score tonight, Truro 2, Dieppe 1.